If you ever needed proof that Faith Kipyegon is not just human, but possibly running on alien-grade rocket fuel, then her latest 1,500m race should be filed under X-Files. The race gun hadn't even cooled down when Faith already looked like she had RSVP'd to the finish line 3 minutes in advance. At the start, the announcer could barely say, "And they're off," before Faith was already pondering what post-race snack she'd have. The rest of the field, meanwhile, looked like they had accidentally signed up for a family fun run instead of the Olympics. I swear one runner was still adjusting her shoelaces as Faith zoomed past the 200m mark. Then there was poor Sega. Sega must have thought, "Today is my day, I feel strong. I feel ready." Faith took one look, pressed her invisible turbo button, and Sega suddenly realized she was playing catch-up in the wrong video game. By the 800m mark, Sega looked like she was trying to run in quicksand, while Faith was gliding like she'd just been paid to advertise speed itself. Now let's talk history. Faith wasn't just out there to win medals, she was out to rewrite them. They said she was aiming to become the first woman ever to collect 4 1,500m medals. Faith must have thought, 4 medals? That sounds like a cute starter pack. Where's the deluxe edition? At this point, I'm half convinced she's going to start collecting medals by the dozen and use them as coasters at home. The crowd went wild. Commentators nearly swallowed their microphones. And Faith didn't even break a sweat. Honestly, she crossed the line at 3:52.96 like she just strolled to the supermarket to buy milk. I've seen people look more tired after climbing 2 flights of stairs than she did, after breaking a field full of professional athletes. To call it extraordinary is an understatement. This wasn't just extraordinary, this was extraterrestrial. While others were counting strides, Faith was calculating interest rates on her imaginary running business. While others were begging their lungs for mercy, Faith's lungs were probably saying, "Is this even a warm-up?" And let's not ignore the comedy of the clock. 3:52.96. I mean, come on. That's the kind of time Usain Bolt would raise an eyebrow at if you told him it wasn't 100m but 1,500m. Faith essentially turned a middle-distance event into a sprint with bonus laps. By the time the cameras zoomed in, the rest of the runners were still miles behind, looking like they had wandered into a marathon by accident. Faith stood there smiling as if to say, "Well, that was fun, should we do it again?" Meanwhile, Sega and friends were probably Googling ways to get faster before they even crossed the line. In the end, Faith didn't just win. She obliterated. She turned her competitors into spectators and spectators into worshippers. If this keeps up, race organizers may have to make new rules. Faith versus everyone else, with Faith starting 2 laps behind, and still she'd win.